As we close in through a stained glass window, we see a variety of undead staff members just sort of tidying up a very pristine-looking lobby. Threatening, intimidating. Definitely, you know, maybe a couple of cobwebs here and there, but otherwise spotless and pristine. These staffers are headed up by a very scruffy-looking dapper fellow, who our party can see kind of discussing things at the top of the balcony with some of the other sort of staff members, and and we see our party who has just entered into this building. We see Dolly, or no, we don't see Dolly yet. We see
Jacqueline.
fucking Jacqueline, Cora, and our good friends, Reginald and Dr. Profond. They're all here, in this lobby. What are y'all thinking? What are y'all up to?
I just noticed this scruffy chap, which I'm trying to remember the name on the top of my tongue. But are they a wolf? A what wolf?
Fuck did you just say?
Did you just say a wolf?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Ooh,
Okay.
what is this?
No, I think it's a wild wolf.
It's Dick Wolf.
What wolf?
It's a name of a writer. They do a lot of plays on crimes. But no, it's that's a werewolf, Reginald.
Oh yes, of course.
So
Just a joke I like to play on werewolves, you see.
We go into flashback mode for like a hot, like split second, and in your mind's eye, you see your grandpa, and you, young little Reginald, asks, "Hey, what's that?" And Grandpa says, "It's a werewolf. They look scruffy." Exit.
Also, make fun of them whenever you can.
no,
Exit flashback.
Look, it just shoots it
Yeah.
with the silver bullet. Haha, funny joke.
Haha, funny joke.
I was really expecting to go look. What's a werewolf? Where's a wolf?
Where's the wolf?
Where? I don't see one.
Haven't you watched Adventure Time? This is a wolf.
Deep
That's a
cuts.
deep.
Deep fucking cuts this episode.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, you see a bunch of jangly skeletons. One of them is kind of carrying platters over through that doorway, and you actually you hear a flushing noise come from one of the side rooms, and you hear a familiar voice as you kind of hear tapping, kind of wet tapping on the floor. Oh, hello there, my friends.
Hey, it's the merchant.
Hello, my good friend the merchant.
Yeah. Connor, in editing, put in post the Dendy cheering sound effect.
The stock
Anyway.
studio audience. Like,
Yeah, exactly. So the merchant comes in. Hello, everyone. Oh, I've been looking for all of you. Oh, is that a new face? I can't remember. Were you there for? No, yes, you were there for the food. Yes, hello, everyone. I'm seeing some people here, some people not here. Oh, it's good to see you. How are you?
we're doing well, Mr. Merchant. How's yourself?
Doing just fine. You know all of those things that you wanted. Yes. Well, So, Reginald, you
Oh, yes.
wanted an axe that could return to you, yes?
Yes, very much.
Well, I was able to procure a modified it's something known as a dwarven thrower, except this one is useful for more than just dwarves. It is a little bit larger, and it is considered a +1. Now, if I recall, you put a down payment of 1 gold piece on this pristine item, and I humbly request that you give, for the trouble of finding it, as well as the enchantment bestowed upon it, 2 additional gold pieces.
Very well.
Hands you them. Yep.
Oh, yes. Why, thank you. So then, just search up Dwarven Thrower. You should be able to find it in the Roll20 search thing. And like add all your usual modifiers and your and the +1.
All right.
So I managed to get that out of the way. The rest of you, I don't recall getting anything that was needed a down payment or anything, but I do remember some requests. So I have stocked up on some holy water. He like leans in uncomfortably close to the rest of you, as he says, "Holy water," like darting his eyes back and forth.
The skeletons and shit.
Yeah, they just kind of look over and then they just continue about their business. So I have some of that. For you, Cora, I was able to find a +1 shield that
cool.
was no longer in use by its previous owner. Would you be interested in purchasing it for perhaps 5 gold?
Sure.
Oh, excellent. Here you are. And he reaches into his cloak and pulls out, for the size of his cloak, a preposterously big shield. It is emblazoned with a symbol that you don't quite recognize. It seems to be a pretty old shield, but it is definitely of a very good build. You know, it's seen some use, but you can recognize the craftsmanship at play here. Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Here's a question out of character.
Yeah.
Does this already have my holy symbol on it?
Ooh.
If not, that's
Well.
okay. I have like,
Mm-hmm.
I think because of my background, I have like some kind of holy symbol, like
Mm-hmm.
cross on a string or something like that, a necklace or some shit. I could probably just wrap that around my mace.
Cora took art classes in college and can draw on the thing. Now, I would say it does not have your
Okay.
holy symbol by default.
Well, I really like the idea of like
I mean, you
wrapping
could-
like a friggin' chain
Yeah.
holy symbol around my mace. I've been
Mhm.
kind of eager to do that.
It is a cool idea. So yeah. He gives that to you. And then let's see. Was there anything else any of the rest of you wanted? I seem to recall, Jacqueline, that you wanted some sort of magic something. Truth be told, it slipped my mind. I have so many customers, you see.
There was a scepter I heard about.
A scepter?
Yeah, it's more like a wand where you could just, put a little bit of blood in it and just, get some spells out of it. Something I heard about a while ago. Baron was telling me. Someone was telling me about it. If you need more time, I could wait. Or if you have some spell scrolls, I'd be willing to put down some money for it.
Well, let me see. Allow me a brief moment to look at my catalog here. And he pulls out one of those big lists that he is known for seeing. And he, let's see. Give me one moment. Out of character real quick, what is the thing that you are asking about? I genuinely forget.
I think the item I talked to you out of character was this thing called a blood staff or whatever. It was an item where you could put in, like, I believe it was 10 hit points per spell level. So, and then you could cast one of your spells that you know from that item.
Okay, you'll have to find me that original thing. I assume this was like a homebrew thing.
Yeah, this is a homebrew thing.
Yeah. So for that, find me the original. It probably won't be this session.
Yeah.
Because I need to look into it again. But
Dom, if
Yeah.
you're looking something to compare it to, in terms of whether or not you want to modify it or allow it, the Rod of the Pact Keeper is like the go-to warlock staff thing, and it's actually pretty strong. So even if the wand itself is pretty strong, the Rod of the Pact Keeper, it's just assumed that warlocks will eventually get it.
Yeah, I just need to look it over and see if it's what I want to give now.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. What spells would you be interested in terms of scrolls and such?
If you got a fireball scroll, I'd be willing to put some money down for it.
Fireball? Ooh. I may have something. What would you be willing to give?
Money?
I mean, yes. What amount of money?
Oh, well, you didn't specify that. Well,
I have my prices in mind. However, I would like to hear what you think it's worth.
Level 3 spell? I'd give 3 to 5 gold for it. Maybe a little bit more. If it needs be. I'm not picky.
How does, perchance, 6 gold and 5 silver sound to you?
How about 5 gold and 5 silver?
I find this agreeable.
Alright, I can agree to that. Shakes the merchant's hand. And in the merchant's hand is the money needed to pay.
Excellent. Thank you very much. For the rest of you, Doctor, would you like anything? Is there anything that you have been looking out for, equipment-wise?
I say, I have a slight problem that maybe you can help me fix.
Oh yes, do share.
And that is, I turn into a mole, and I have to make all of my stuff fuse into me, so I can't wear things as a mole.
I see. That is a predicament.
So if in your journeys you find stuff of particular use I know there are some things like those like floating magic stones that give you benefits that could be useful for me. I don't know if you have any of them on hand, but I'd definitely be willing to purchase some of those, or things like amulets with rubber bands, so that way they stretch.
Okay.
Fortune.
Okay, I can look into procuring some of that. I don't have any of it on hand at the moment, but that should be easy enough to arrange. I will get back to you post haste with that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yes.
To clarify, actually, would this be what are you looking to get from these? If I may ask, would it just be something to visually distinguish yourself? Do you want any specific benefits, as it were?
I say the increasing my ability to maneuver as a mole, so things that like will make me more dexterous would be very useful.
All right. I can whip something up. Excellent. Reginald.
Just make sure they're mole-sized.
Of course. Anything for my esteemed patrons.
Yes. I was thinking maybe like something like the battle axe, like in my one hand, but just as I accidentally just as I'm like fuck.
Accidentally. Oh, that's a nat 20 too.
Oh no! I killed the merchant by accident.
you okay. Here's what happens.
No.
Here's what happens. No, you pull out the axe, accidentally swipe up.
It was an accident.
It was an accident. You swipe up, and because of just how powerful your natural swing is, you end up wiping out the merchant. Blood spills onto the ground. Everyone gasps. And then out of the bathroom comes the merchant. And he's like, oh dear. Oh, it seems you've killed me. Oh, that won't do.
My clones.
My clones. He snaps his finger, and a bunch of little tiny demons appear from out of midair, just poof, carry the body away.
Does Jacqueline recognize any of them?
You do recognize one. Looks suspiciously like Grelbo.
Grelbo? What are you doing here?
It's my side job. I only part-time.
Oh, that's a little bit of nasty business there. Do be careful with that axe.
I'm very sorry. I was like, flies back into my hand. I was just going to ask for something for the other hand as well. Like, not as flashy as this axe, just a simple +1, as you called it.
Yes. Well, I could probably. Would this be like?
This is just like a +1 battle axe. I just realized, like, I could just throw things now without, like, it being a hindrance. Though I'm debating whether it should be a +1 hand axe, so it could just fly back into my hand when I miss, or just a regular +1 battle axe. Because
big axe.
Up to you, my friend.
I will take a slightly larger axe.
All right. I actually happen to have a +1 battle axe on hand. This one will run you a hefty 5 gold, though.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Anything for combat advantage.
And he pulls in. Yes?
I have an out-of-character question.
Yeah.
I've never had to add a new piece of equipment to my inventory before that affects my stats. How do I do that?
Okay, so what specifically are you adding?
the +1 shield.
Right. So here.
Yeah.
Well, you should be able to just drag and drop the. Okay, so you see the compendium icon, the little eye with the circle.
Okay.
Yeah, just search shield. You should be able to just drag the shield +1 onto your character sheet, and assuming it works as it should, which sometimes is the case and sometimes isn't, it should apply everything automatically. Hopefully.
Hold on, I think I have to unequip my first shield.
Okay. Well, cool. Did that do it?
I think so.
Cool. All right.
Well,
yeah.
What does the +1 to a shield do?
+1. So the AC from your shield goes from +2 to +3. So it just really increased your AC by 1.
Okay. So if it did it apply
that manually?
Yeah, you should be able to just do that manually.
Yeah.
It's dumb that it doesn't just auto apply, but whatever. So this has all been a rousingly fun little exchange here. I will procure those items for you, Dr. Profond. Yes.
I have a request too, just real quick.
Yes,
a mace upgrade would be nice.
A mace upgrade? Ooh.
Nothing really specific. If you want to, like, get creative with magic stuff, that would be cool. But just a +1 mace would be nice too.
All right. I do have a +1 mace on hand as well. It seems like it is also. Let me double check something really quick. Pulls out a few different like random things. He's like, no, that's not it. One of them is like just a whole ass gun. One of them is a fucking. It looks like a pair of binoculars. There's like a cabbage. He's like, oh, here it is. Okay. I'll tell you what. This mace right here, I will charge 4 gold for this +1 mace.
Make it 3?
3 gold and 5 silver.
Deal.
Excellent. Pleasure doing business. And he pulls out this mace for you. It has like kind of blue veins through it that are kind of like glowing. This one actually does seem to have your symbol, interestingly enough. But yeah. So, will that be all for everyone?
Actually, one more request.
Yes?
By any chance, do you have anything on you that might allow me to land my spells better? I seem to be missing my guiding bolts a lot.
Oh, that's an unfortunate problem. Quite unfortunate indeed. I don't think I have anything on hand at the moment. However, that is something I can most assuredly try and retrieve for you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I think that will do it for me. Thank you for doing business with Merchant Enterprises. The Merchant, out. And he closes his cloak and seems to voip out of space and time.
Hopefully the little minions have dealt with that unfortunate accident. Views back, sees the minions eating the body.
No. The little demons carried off the body. There is a pile of blood though there. One of the skeletons.
I just imagine something terrible. Just next time Jacqueline goes sees the Baron's eating the merchant.
This is delicious, Jacqueline. You gotta try it. Have you ever tasted chaos being before? But yeah, no, some of the skeletons are just kind of using a mop. Not very successfully, it seems. They're just kind of robotically moving back and forth their arms with this mop, just kind of spreading it. And the werewolf up at the top, he's like, "Oh no! You have to do sweeping motions. Here, let me show you." And he leans in closer, takes the mop by the hand and is kind of guiding this skeleton. There you go. Oh, that there is wonderful. Oh, it seems we have guests. Hello everyone. And he comes closer.
You're gonna say this guy's name, and I'm gonna be real mad.
I've been informed that we would be having guests. Welcome. Not quite what you were picturing in here, I imagine. Hello. My name is Wolfgang, and I will be your greeter today. Pleasure to meet you.
Wolfgang, okay.
Animal Crossing did it first.
I'm sorry, and you are?
Wasn't in character. That was.
Cora's really being sassy tonight, Jacqueline. Cora's being sassy tonight, Jacqueline.
That to be into a social interaction. I'm Cora.
Excellent. Hello. And the rest of you, why don't you introduce yourselves to me?
Well, I'm Jacqueline. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
My name is Reginald Gaston. My friend.
What an honor. I have heard tales of you. Not very pleasant tales for my kind, of course. However...
Oh, yes, our histories may have connected at one point.
You know, I seem to remember a tale from my parents of one of my second cousins being murdered by your grandfather.
Reginald's still thinking about it, just imagining the fucking pelt on the fucking study that's appeared in every segment.
Not to worry. Past is the past, am I right? Sins of the father must not necessarily be passed on to the son.
Exactly.
Yes.
I'm like, Reginald, please be quiet.
I'm very nervous.
And you, and Wolfgang takes your hand, Jacqueline, and he says, "Charmed I am. What is your name?"
Jacqueline O'Hara. Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Very
I
nice.
don't believe
Excellent.
you said your name.
Well, yes, I did. My name is Wolfgang.
Wolfgang.
I am the head of the custodial staff here at the fortress on Mount Dracula.
Are you gonna ask us to play video games?
But what is a video game?
What is a video, James?
What is a video game but something that is not of this time, or maybe it is?
I don't know. I think I was just. What was I doing there? I think I was possessed by
some
some otherworldly consciousness that just.
You might be talking about those arcane machines that people keep talking about. They'll never catch on.
I forgot that was a thing.
Arcane machine.
Arcane machines.
Oh, that's good.
So, it's a pleasure to. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You, the stout one with the glasses. Hello, I'm Wolfgang. It seems he's not going to be talking right now. That's all right. I'm
The font. You good?
Profond.
Profond?
Is that his name?
I say, yes. My name is Dr. Trou Profond.
Oh, why, it's a pleasure. Well, as I said, now that we've gotten your introductions out of the way, I am Wolfgang. I run the custodial staff here. I oversee all manner of fortress maintenance. You may have met some of my employees already, such as the flesh golem known as Munez. He's a good worker. He's a hard worker.
Charming lad.
Very charming lad. You know, I mostly maintain the inside here, but he does good work out there, and I am very proud of him. Now, I am to understand, and please note that I access this particular line of conversation with diplomatic manner. But I am to understand you are here to kill our master.
I respond back with, we cannot confirm or deny that proposition.
False accusations may have been slandered against us.
Oh, it's quite all right. Listen, truth be told, between you and me, with no one else watching, and he glances around the room, sees one of those like floating eyes in the corner, and just kind of shoos it away, and it kind of recedes. With no one.
Sorry, now I'm just imagining one of the servants with binoculars and a fucking tape recorder and boom mic.
You hear the rattle of bones from beneath the staircase as they hide. Between you and me, people come here all the time to try and kill our master, and indeed any of the other innumerable Draculas that are housed within this castle. It is not something that is too out of the ordinary, and truth be told, you pose no danger to our master or his plans. But even though you come with ill tidings, that does not mean that a good host is not needed. And I am happy to greet you to this castle. Do you have any questions immediately, I suppose? Just as a courtesy.
I say, if your master were to somehow meet an end, although obviously not from us, because as you said, we wouldn't stand a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely no danger there. You will all perish.
What would happen to the innumerable Draculas in the castle? Is there like an election to choose a new leader, or do they just kill each other until somebody's left standing?
You know, that's an excellent question. In all of my years of overseeing this castle and its maintenance, I've never had that question presented to me, mostly because most do not question the immortality of our master. But, setting aside such flagrant blasphemy for but a moment, if the head Dracula were to meet an end, well, I suppose that the others would be left without a leader, and with no formal structure in place to bring about a new leader, they would have to struggle to, choose one amongst themselves. I know that even within the ranks of the head Dracula, some are perhaps of the competitive nature. So I would, between you and me, I would place my bets on some over others. You know, that Feastwood fellow, I don't see him in a leadership position, truth be told.
Yes, but what if just the head Dracula were to eat the weaker Draculas?
Well, he wouldn't need to. Why would he?
I'm sorry, I'm just doing it as a fucking joke, but...
I mean, that's a legitimate question. Like, why would he, he can live forever, so what's the point of having an heir at that,
Exactly. He does not need an heir or any kind of successor, necessarily. He does, I will say, have some biological children. However, they are perhaps the likelihood of them achieving head status is relatively low given strained relations. My apologies, I'm not supposed to speak on this.
No, it's fine. You're
All
alone.
right, we're not taking notes here. Write that down, Cora.
I asked him, do any of these children live here in the castle?
Technically, yes. They have quarters, as do all of the Draculas under the court of the head.
Now, while you're giving us the tea here, which out of and I take out the list of Dracula names I have.
Yes.
What do you think is probably least likely to take over?
Well, like I said, least likely would probably be Mr. Paindarrell Feastwood, the Dracula of the Fields.
At least, let me rephrase.
Yes.
Weakest, because there's a difference between least likely to take leadership and then, power doesn't always come with leadership.
Probably still him, to be honest. However, I will say, setting aside the power thing, I do think that there are some that I think would not be happy within a leadership position. I feel Lord Infernus is happy exactly where he is. The Duke of Flavoursburg enjoys his position quite a bit here at the castle. And I don't see him wanting to take the throne, as it were. Let's see. We went over Feastwood. And the aforementioned
Lord
problem child. There is, I suppose, something of a wild card.
Yeah.
Is the Dracula of the court. That one, well, I really don't know what to make of that one. That one...
Would you say, and I was going to ask the inverse of the question, which
yes.
Dracula, is probably the most threatening?
Oh, the most threatening. Now that's a complex question.
I mean, other than Dracula, like the
other
head
than
one,
the
of
head,
course.
Yeah, who is probably the most dangerous?
Well, most dangerous, I would say, there are two that come to mind. The Dracula of the court, as I mentioned, is something of an enigma. I don't think really anybody in this castle, the head Dracula included, fully understands the full capabilities of that one. Oh, Mr. Quint is quite the card. Quite an enigma. I wouldn't put it past that one to be quite a trouble for you if you manage to make it that far. There is as well Agnes Blackfeather. The captain, she is, perhaps of all the Draculas, the most ambitious. I would look out for her.
You, for letting us know.
Yes. None of it will be useful for you, as you will all die far before any of this is relevant. However, in the case that you don't...
Give us now. What is that?
Oh, it is not my job to kill you. No. As I said, I am merely custodial staff, overseeing the niceness of this here fortress.
So,
look around you. The chandelier is perfectly polished. The staircases, perfectly dusted and swept. Why, I don't see any reason, in fact, to even warn you about these stairs. That's how good they are. That's how well maintained they are.
Do they do that thing where if you stand on them and someone pushes the leather on top, it'll turn into a slide?
Of course. What good stairs don't? But that is not something that needs to be warned. That's just common knowledge.
So,
Oh, go ahead.
so what you're saying is, as far as hosts go, you're simply the best there is?
That is exactly what I am saying.
Best there is, the best there'll ever be, will be.
I am an excellent host. And I will thank you to remember it. It is not my job to dispatch you. There are plenty of other obstacles that you will encounter in your travels here. Not the least of which, the next Dracula in your path. As I mentioned, Lord Infernus, even though he is early in your travels, he is no pushover.
I mean,
It will be a bit before you meet back up with him, though. The kitchen is a ways away, the dining area, all that. I do recommend if you get there to try the hors d'oeuvres. They are simply to die for.
well,
I say, well, that's not anonymous at all. It sounds
Yeah,
actually
that's-
really nice.
yeah, it does, you know what, maybe. Like, will the hors d'oeuvres kill us, or is this just or are they actually really good to eat?
I was just embellishing. They are very delicious. I definitely recommend them.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's a very
Well, all right.
obvious.
If I could just get you to confirm, will they kill us?
But give us very bad tummy aches.
I have had them before, and they did not kill me.
Well,
Again,
Whether the
you
ones
are-
served to you
The-
are lethal is
Well-
up to Lord Infernus.
Okay, as long
that
as
makes-
we're understand.
that
I
makes some more sense.
I cannot ensure that they will not kill
Yeah,
you.
like, I'm gonna be real with you.
To do so would be spoiling the fun.
Yeah, we were just trying to clarify mostly because, you, sir, are a werewolf, and,
I am indeed. Thank you
it's
for
pretty
noticing.
common knowledge that, only thing that kills a werewolf is, the silver.
2 werewolves.
Well, maybe another werewolf could take a werewolf. That would be interesting. But
I suppose if a normal man could kill a normal man, another werewolf could kill another.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I think.
2 werewolves could probably kill 1 werewolf.
Yeah. It's. I was just stating that you being pretty much immune to all normal weaponry except ones made of magic or by silver, or
Oh yes.
or what you're usually immune to. So I was just trying to clarify.
All
whether-
cards on the table. I am a werewolf and am weak to these typical werewolf things.
Yeah.
If you wished to kill me, you probably could. But that wouldn't be
No,
very courteous
I
of
mean,
you.
You've been pretty nice so far, and I don't want to do that to you.
Thank you.
And you've
Thank you.
actually been giving us a lot of information.
Yes, like I said, you will all die.
Okay, yeah.
Make no mistake.
You did tell me that, which is
You
it's
did
a
tell-
little rude. I'll be real. You said you were
It
a
is-
great host.
It is rude, but I am simply speaking the truth. All travelers who have entered the fortress, who have made it this far, have died sooner or later.
A good host doesn't want to, make his company leave. I'm just saying, you probably shouldn't tell people that.
Well,
I mean, yeah, you're
if you
gonna get our
leave-
helps up, but at the same time,
let me put it to you this way. As
Okay.
far as my master is concerned, if you stay, you will die, and your blood will be given to the Draculas of this castle. If you leave, you will not threaten our master or any of his servants. It is a win-win whether you stay or go.
I say, Wolfgang, I have a question.
Yes.
So people come and then they battle through the castle in order to get to the master, right? Has anybody
Yeah.
ever gotten to him before?
There have been attempts in the
But
past.
no one's ever actually gotten to him specifically.
Well, all of his minions are still alive, save for some of the earlier ones. There was one particular minion in the past that was dispatched. The tutorial Dracula. You know, this was. There used to be something of a guide. Before I took up my position, there was one particular Dracula that was meant as an entry level. He was killed almost immediately. Sad,
Yes,
really. Everyone liked the bloke.
Died very early on, I presume.
I say, Wolfgang, I'm gonna level with you here. It sounds like you've never actually seen anybody get to your master and fight him. How do you know your master is actually good at fighting?
Well, because I put my absolute faith in the master. The head Dracula is all-powerful, and we all know this. If he wasn't, he would not be the head Dracula.
Well, yeah, but if nobody actually has gotten to him in order to question his power, you don't actually know. You all could just be underneath the assumption that he's the strongest out of all of you, but he could actually be the weakest.
Well, I suppose it's true that I have not witnessed his power firsthand at its fullest form. However, the stories that I hear throughout, you see, I must clear something up. Though I myself have not seen anybody get to him, he has been here for far longer than you and I have been on this planet, this plane of existence. He is ancient. He is an ancient being, and he has killed many. I understand you've been to the catacombs. I've been told by some sources, trusted sources, who've been keeping an eye on your exploits, that you've been down in the cultists' quarters. All of the skulls that were lining the walls, those were first-hand kills by our master. This is why the cultists seem to gather around that particular little area. They find it a source of power to be around the immediate victims of our great and powerful Lord Head Dracula.
What if he was lying?
Oh, but he wouldn't.
Now, Professor, I know you've been making a lot of assumptions, but you know what they say about assumptions.
Oh, wait. Oh, you're talking to Profond.
Yeah.
You know what they say about assumptions. It makes you a dick. That is how the saying goes, yes? I'm sorry, I don't venture forth outside the walls of this castle very often.
It makes you an ass, is what the expression is.
I thought it made you a jerk. I thought it makes you a jerk.
Confused. I don't know what the saying is. I'm going to stop using sayings. Period. From this point forth.
I wouldn't stop. I would just, make sure you're using the right ones. Anyway, I think we should be going now.
Dracula, that involves too much effort for this poor man.
No, shut up, Reginald.
He's right, you know.
God. Well, this has been most enlightening for you, I assume.
Yeah, and it's been a pleasure. You're very nice.
Is there a way we can find some food that does not involve us confronting a Dracula to do so?
Oh, not really. I mean, you all met with the merchant, yes, and the merchant is gone.
Yeah.
As I recall, his food stand is currently in the graveyard. He seems to move about, teleporting here and there. You never know where he's going to show up. An odd individual, that one. No one really knows if his allegiances lie with the Count or the, his opponents. He seems to just do what he wants for good business, and, I can respect that.
I say, yes, capitalism.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I guess we'll be going now. It's been a pleasure.
Toodaloo.
Which way? All right.
Yeah.
All right. No, I'm talking to my friends now. I'm sorry.
Oh. My apologies.
I'll talk to you again if I need you. You've been a pleasure. You can go back to you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Group huddle. Bye now.
Yes.
All right.
I was really expecting you to just start saying "shoo."
Shoo now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need my tummy rub. But I need my tummy rub.
Gordon, I'm thirsty.
All right. So, question. What do we want to do first? Because I doubt heading straight to Dracula ain't gonna go too well, and Reginald's hungry. I say, maybe we could go to the kitchen, deal with Mr. Infernus, and call it a lunch. Your thoughts?
I agree.
Yeah, I think Infernus would be top on the list right now.
I mean, getting Dracula blood is definitely. Getting Dracula is one of the main points of being here. But I think let's get a bite to eat. Cora, your thoughts?
Well, we also
But
once we kill him, it's going it sounds like the entire hierarchy of this castle is going to collapse.
yeah.
So having a clear escape route that we've plowed through is probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's probably best we take care of the successors first, so that way we don't have to deal with,
Mm-hmm.
It
Also may not be a bad idea to try and convince one of the successors to assist. It sounds like this guy's got a pretty rock solid understand the minions were not going to be able to sway, but some of those higher ups probably are a little bit sick of being ruled by the same guy for all eternity.
That is true with the infighting. We could use the infighting so they could just annihilate each other, but that depends if we could run into more Draculas before the infighting happens.
Yes.
And
either way, I think we should go kill the guy in the kitchen so we have a base of operations.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
That's
Cora, you have any thoughts?
Any issues of forcing the undead?
I'm hungry.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Oh, real quick, Mr. Wolfgang, how big is the castle? Are there just rooms that appear bigger than they would if they're viewed from outside?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. This castle's really big then. This may take a while, guys.
By the way...
Is there a mile mark for how far everything is?
You think that would help you? That's hilarious.
Very well.
And by the way, there were some travelers that actually got here before you. If you run into them, do say hello for me.
Oh, fellow allies. Come, my friends.
All right, let's go to get some lunch. All right, we go.
Okay, ahead of you, there are actually several different paths you could conceivably take. There's the path straight down the center. Seems to be the most straightforward way to go. It is a hallway, which you can see kind of leads to a staircase. To the left and right, there are rooms which seem to lead. Well, you don't see where they lead. There are doors in place, but they don't, on the immediate outset, appear to be you don't see them bolted or anything like that. They seem to just be doors. You don't know if they're locked without trying them, but there are passageways to the left and right. And the center one. What where would you like to go?
All right.
Earlier you said that there were some undead with like trays.
Yes.
Were those trays of food?
It did not have. They didn't have food on them, but they were plates. So
which direction were they coming from, and which direction did they go?
They were going. You couldn't quite see where they were coming from, but they were going back through the main passage.
I say, more than likely, where we want to go is just straight down the middle. But you know, we're here. We might as well get a lay of the land if we want to open up a couple other doors.
Just brutal.
All right. I guess open doors.
All right. So in that case, give me one moment. I gotta set something up real quick. Fuck. Tiny little Roll20 icons. Okay. So you open door number 1. Which one are you opening? Left or right?
You want to roll for it? All right.
I don't mind either. Actually, would perception help me navigate the castle or no?
I mean, I don't know. It's entirely up to you guys whether you want to. It's just 2 doors.
Yeah, let's open right. You never go wrong with right.
All right. So then you open the right door. It seems to lead to a bedroom. A bit of a strange thing to be on the first floor lobby. But it seems pretty well kept. You gather that this is some kind of guest room, as it were. It doesn't seem like there's too much personal memorabilia. Actually, make perception checks.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
My favorite.
All right, that's a 12. 27. Okay, 21, 24. All right. Things are real good. Okay. So actually, let me take a look at some things real quick. Yeah, so one thing you seem to notice, everyone except Jacqueline, you kind of look around the room and you see a few. Here, hold on just a moment. You see some small little magical trinkets. They don't seem to be anything useful. Just some little floating baubles, as it were. You do actually, you see a badge on the on the dresser, and you look at the what it says on the badge. You see Detective Valone on there. And as y'all are kind of looking around, the door has since closed behind you, of course, but it opens back up again. It seems to have like a completely different backdrop when it opens for this new person, but they enter the room, and it is none other than the detective y'all ran into earlier in the game, in the first session.
It's this guy.
What are y'all doing here?
What are you doing here?
I'm surprised.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing
I
here?
forgot about this guy.
You forgot about me. You forgot about me, Detective Jimmy Valone.
Yes, I remember Detective Jimmy Valone.
I'm
Looks
the best.
to Jack, looks to Cora. Who's Detective Jimmy Valone?
Listen, didn't I tell you that this was my case?
You have no case there. Where's your travel case?
That ain't what this is about. Listen, me and my compatriots, we be going through this castle, you see? And we don't want any of yous getting in the way of that, yeah?
Wait, you have other compatriots?
Unfortunately, yes. Sort of a hazard of the job that you gotta go in with somebody. It's not a big whoop, okay?
I mean, to be fair, well, it might be important if we travel together so we can easily investigate the castle.
You think I would ever team up with you? Ha!
I mean,
Y'all are a bunch of mooks.
I mean,
I don't respect yous.
Real quick question for you, Mr. Valone.
Yeah.
How many Draculas have you fought on your way in here?
That information is classified.
We fought one.
We fought about maybe 2 Draculas so far.
We almost killed it with farm animals.
You killed what? I mean, but we've killed like six Drac. Yeah.
Oh yeah, friends.
We stayed to spawn.
Technically,
we fought 2 Jacqueline.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what I was saying. They said 2. We fought a head Dracula, and then we fought a spawn of a Dracula, as well as taking out the entire cult of the Draculas.
A likely story. Listen, I don't trust y'all, and I don't think y'all.
I trust you.
Yeah, well, be that as it may.
Reginald, I wouldn't trust him.
I mean, he seems like a nice guy at the end of the day.
But he's a cop. We don't trust cops.
I trust cops.
That's a mistake, Reginald.
Listen, y'all are gonna get killed. That's gonna be on me, you know?
No,
I don't.
I think we'll be fine.
Oh, why don't you come with us? Maybe we can find his friends.
I think that's a bad idea. And from behind him, someone else seems to pop their head in, and it's like, "Are you done in there? Hello."
No.
It's Blink Blink Boy.
What on earth is? Huh? Who are these ruffians?
Ruffians.
Ruffians?
We
are not.
I see you all, and I find you to be ruffians.
I don't think we're.
Yeah, we tend to get into the rough and tumble. I can say that.
No, we could kick some ass, but I wouldn't call us.
What's going on in there? Hello.
Oh no.
Hello.
Who's this boy?
Another. God damn it. These are my compatriots.
Your friends?
No. I don't have friends.
Okay, so
yeah?
not to have a shit brain or anything, but I'm looking at this and I'm just seeing like a bunch of frickin' knockoff Taz characters.
I mean, to an extent, maybe a little bit, with at least the fellow on the right. Yeah, these are...
The short one, the one with sideburns, and then that one.
Ah, shit. They are the short one, the one with sideburns, and that one, aren't they?
Adventure Zone. Anyway, what might your name be?
3 randy dudes.
I appreciate your mustache, but I feel like it should gain more girth, if you will.
Who are you? To
I'm
criticize Fritz von Plauhinder's mustache!
Wait, your name is Plowhinder?
Plauhinder!
Plowhinder.
Plowhinder! Easy, Plowhinder.
You mispronounced Plowhinder.
It's Plowhinder!
And the other...
Don't mind my friend there. Hello!
No.
My name is...
No. 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 Pick a different voice.
I'm trying, but I see it too, and I can't not.
Creepier.
Hello.
Creepier.
Hi there. My name is Brandrew Gilfellow. A pleasure to meet you.
Gilfellow?
Yes.
I walk over and I shake his hand and I say, well, at least one of you guys is polite.
Yes, I'm very polite.
Sure.
I wouldn't.
So what brings you all on adventures?
We are here to fight the head Dracula.
Oh,
I,
wow.
personally, am here to meet the head Dracula's right-hand maidens. I hear they're very old, you see. He gives a very moist wink. You're immediately off-put by this person.
Yeah, no. Not shaking any of
I
it.
mean, I don't want to be near Gilfellow anymore.
I don't think
These hooligans, what are they doing in our room?
Oh, this is your room? Your Draculas have been nice enough to let you stay here?
We accosted a small, very tiny little Dracula. It was very small. Very
So
pathetic,
like a baby, a bat baby.
like a bat infant. And we accosted it and we stole its room.
Oh.
Where's the bat baby now?
I don't know, somewhere else in the castle. Do I look like its babysitter?
Yeah, I was just assuming as primo Dracula hunters, you would have, slayed it.
We were going to slay it, but it had wings and it flew away.
Oh, don't judge them, Jacqueline. Mr. Plowhinder over here is... Mr. Plowhinder seems to have a very attractive record with vampires.
I
will tell you.
I would very much judge them.
Malone leans in and he's like, listen, I hate these fuckers too. They're both the goddamn worst.
Oh no, I seem to like
any of yous.
I mean, you could join us on our adventure.
I'd rather they not join us. They'll get us killed.
Hey, yo. And he spits.
That wasn't a sentence at all.
Yeah, you just seemed to gargle saliva and then spewed it out.
You're all loose cannons is what you are. And we don't
know.
deal with loose cannons.
Weren't you a guard that just ran off to hunt Draculas by yourself?
I'm a tighter cannon than y'all.
I mean...
Well, it doesn't matter how loose or tight the cannon is. Also, I feel like loose and tightening does not apply with cannons. In fact, I feel like it more applies with shoes.
Wishes to look for a bride here in this castle.
Justice in the court of the king.
I am... Alright, Jacqueline's like, all right, going to Cora and LaFon. You wanna just leave? We could just go.
I say, oh my god, thank God. I say the only polite one is probably a rapist. We need to leave.
Okay, you feel it too. You feel it too, LaFon. You feel it like you got that vibe, and I don't like it.
Look, he's not a rapist. He just likes really old women, which I'm afraid to.
You just can't call people
that. He doesn't earn my respect.
He's over in the corner looking in the mirror. He licks his finger and then just kind of swipes his mustache.
That is
Gloved finger.
His gloved finger, yes. It does not look clean.
That is poor mustache hygiene.
This is like taco, but Waluigi.
What?
No, at least Waluigi is likable.
I'm saying Waluigi would not lust after my mom.
Yeah, okay.
All right. I go up to the main guy and I say, I don't think we've actually been properly introduced yet. What was your name?
My name is Detective Jimmy Valone.
Listen, Detective Jimmy Valone, I don't really appreciate you insulting my comrades over here, who I have surrounded myself with so that way I don't die. I find them quite capable at making me not die. And your comrades, I wouldn't trust them to be near me at all. But you seem to be fairly confident in them. So how about let's have a little bet?
Yeah.
We're currently targeting a Dracula. The Dracula that lives in the kitchen.
Oh, that guy.
That
the Duke of Flavorsburg. I've heard about him. You hear about what happened in Flavorsburg?
What?
I say no.
Crazy stuff happened in Flavorsburg. Well,
I say, well, look, we're gonna go kill him, and if you were even half what you claim to be, you could beat us to the punch and kill him before us.
I could take that bet.
Are you what are you willing to put on the bet?
I bet my two companions.
I say,
bet something we want. No, I want something. Bet something that we want. Not.
I say no. It means we get to get them out of the castle.
Oh. All right. In many ways, I would bet.
I bet our cow.
Quarter pounder.
Quarter pounder
has been here the whole time and is now, just in the back.
Yeah. I say quarter pounder here is worth at least 4 of each of these guys, so you're getting a good deal. I say.
You're betting the cow.
I say yeah.
I could take that bet.
All right.
All right.
We'll let you get first shot on Lord Infernus.
Well, isn't that the bet that I would get there first and kill him?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. We're saying we're gonna give you a head start.
Yeah, we're gonna give you a head start because we outnumber you. There's a bigger chance we'll be able to win.
That's not true because I'm taller than you.
I feel like height has nothing to do with this, good sir.
he says this to Jacqueline. Meanwhile, both Reginald and Cora are leagues taller than him, but he's kind of not acknowledging that.
I mean, what about your friends, Mr. Plowhinder? He seems sort of...
Oh, I thought your name was Plowfinger.
My name is Fritz von Plowhinder. I will not have my family name slandered. I come from a long line of vampire hunters.
A long line of
That is what we call them. The Draculas, as you call them.
Yeah, they're called Dracula. This is Mount Dracula. They're Draculas. They're completely different than vampires.
He's right. She's right,
I come from a long line of Dracula hunters. And we have a family name that is respected across the lands.
I don't know about that.
Known throughout the holes of history.
Oh, the holes of history in the plow.
Why would you be plowing holes?
Why, it was a Plowhinder who killed the tutorial Dracula.
Oh, you slayed him. That's very impressive.
It was my great-great-grandfather Sir Arthur Plowhinder,
Oh my
who
god.
came upon this mountain and slayed the tutorial Dracula.
Awesome plowhinder.
He was a Plowhinder, and he was magnificent. But
what
I
he
thought
was
he was
taken out.
awesome.
He was unfortunately taken out by the silver mummy. Terrible creature it is.
Yep.
Oh.
A silence
Oh,
Yeah,
falls
I was
over.
about to ask if
Silence.
you guys had run into the giant, like, silver mummy that's unkillable that just chases you around everywhere.
Oh, we snuck
Watch
around
out for
him.
that.
I say, it's okay, guys. I have a plan to kill it. But that's not our priority right now.
Yeah, no. Let's start the bet.
Silver mummy?
Yeah, no, we
Impossible.
Yeah, we got close. It hit me real hard, and I lived.
The silver mummy killed my great-grandfather, Sir Arthur Plowhinder.
Probably in one
And
hit.
I will take vengeance upon this mountain by dismantling it, brick by brick.
Alright, good luck. Take care of
You
the...
started this from here.
And he takes out like a sword, and he stabs into the wall and like kind of struggles for a minute, and he like wedges out one brick in the wall. There's a chicken leg in there. He grabs it and just starts munching on it.
What the fuck? I knew it! I knew it! I called it! I told you there was food in the walls!
Delicious walled chicken.
You know, I thought he was at our good friend, our good cop friend was at a disadvantage, but apparently this vampire hunter knows what he's doing.
Yeah!
Oh, that's debatable. Anyway, we'll give you a 5-minute head start. Now get going.
I
Toodaloo.
will not need any time at all.
Please
He
leave.
blinks very slowly.
Oh my god, I can't.
Oh, I heard a squelch sound.
All right, let's get out of here, guys.
Yeah,
And
we
they,
could just-
they exit. The door closes. It opens back up, and it's back to the lobby. You exit back out. You're back in the foyer. Some of the occupants have sort of cleared out. There's just kind of a skeleton crew, if you will, left, just kind of cleaning up. The pile of blood is gone. They're very efficient. What do you do now?
I mean,
I say let's try the other door.
yeah, let's do the other door. What's in there, and then we'll go check in on them.
Yeah, of course.
All right. You enter the other door. And in there, you see somebody sitting down on the staircase. She looks kind of forlorn. She's kind of gazing out at the moonlit window past her field of view. And she sees you, and she's like, oh, how did you get here? Oh, this is strange.
And who might you be?
Should I give you that information?
I mean, depends. Do you actually think we're a threat?
And as she's laughing, you can see fangs. Oh, that's funny. So, are you the ones who've been storming the castle? Oh, you gave little Feastwood a bit of a rough 'em up, as it were.
Bit of a thrashing.
Bit of a thrashing.
Bit of a smackaroo.
We licked him pretty good.
It was very funny. Seeing his misfortune brings me a lot of joy. Truth be told,
Chocolate, it's just a part of your plan where you convinced the vampire to join our side.
Give us. Honestly, I don't. Give me a stick. I mean, because
I'm sorry, did she snort? Did she like get her snort or something?
No, you were revealing my intentions in it.
What? I didn't hear anything. No, nothing at all.
All right, well, let's be blunt. Yeah, we're gonna be playing some Draculas while we're here, but what makes you not think we're a threat? We could already take out your brother a little
bit. Well, for starters, you all are... Well, See, this is the thing. I don't particularly like being forward with people.
Yeah, no, I can tell.
Well, can you be backwards?
You are funny.
I was being funny?
I don't view you as a threat because let's just say my goals and yours don't necessarily contradict each other.
So you're out for killing all the Draculas on this island?
I'm out for the head getting what's coming to him. How that happens is not my concern especially. I have my own methods, you have yours. I don't suppose you have a plan of action going forward for him specifically.
No, for the head Dracula?
Yes, that's what I said. For the head Dracula. She gets in close and kind of lowers herself to your height, and she's like, you must have a plan. You're here in this castle. You're here. And though this castle is large, and there are many obstacles between you and him.
If you want me to be real honest with you, while you're being facetious, Draculas tend to have the same weaknesses. You know, the typical,
Well, broadly, yes. Right. However...
Sunlight, also, holy water, take through the heart, and a nice chop of the head. And, so far, your minions, or the minions have actually been quite friendly. Some have not, like your cultist friend. And yeah, why the fuck do you have a silver mummy? Do you think you could take on the silver mummy?
Oh, I don't think I could take on the silver mummy. Are you kidding me? That thing is indestructible.
Yeah, I know. We managed to.
I say I've got a plan. It will work. Why does nobody believe me?
We'll try it out another time.
The silver mummy scares everyone here. I don't know of a single person except for maybe Mr. Quint, but not a lot scares him.
Now, here's the thing. Maybe take a bet on us. Maybe, put the odds in our favor. I mean, you said you had the same goals, and you look, judging by your very clear motif here,
I wasn't going to say anything.
Wait, are you saying she's a magic Dracula?
Anyway, judging by your clear gambling motif,
Jacqueline inhales deeply, destroying 2 brain cells.
That belonged to Reginald. They flew out of his ear. Anyway. As I was saying, you're a gambling person, why not take a bet on us? I mean, what's the whole point of getting rid of the other Draculas? How does that benefit you? I mean, just so I understand on our side, what's your motivation here?
Well, I would not like to disclose that yet, I will say.
Being facetious again, I see.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
It probably doesn't. I'm trying not to call you a bitch, but you kind of being one.
and she kind of flicks one of your hair tufts, and she's just like,
finger immediately enwrapped. Oh, say that again.
Oh, you don't know the half of it. I do find you entertaining, all of you. You little magic one.
But you're the magic one.
The big burly gentleman with the very nice mustache, I must say.
It's quite magnificent.
Cora, she walks up to you, places a hand sort of on your torso, gently sort of like,
okay.
The big strong Warforged. Oh, you fascinate me. I think you will find you will find, well, I wouldn't want to spoil the surprise. Never mind. You I don't really have a read on. Miss are you okay? Are you like a mole person? What is okay?
I say I'm not a mole person. I'm a person who's sometimes a mole.
Okay.
There is a difference.
I like it. A shame your other compatriots couldn't make it. I know that large fellow. He has plans, he does. Plans that you all don't know about. But I'll leave him to disclose those when he feels up to it.
I say I have one or two plans that I don't know about either, too.
As for the blonde, well, her head's kind of in the clouds at the moment, so...
Cut to Dolly.
I'm still playing!
Help!
One day she'll return to the plot.
So, as unlikely as you heroes are, I think I'll take that better. However, I can give no guarantee that you won't have to encounter me at some point, simply as a test of your skill and your luck.
Alright.
I say I'm pretty lucky.
And we're pretty skillful.
Oh, well, I suppose time will be the judge of that. Until I see you next.
Your skill of time, unless you prove it.
Until I see you next. Oh, and by the way, before I go, my name is Alicia. Alicia Card. And she turns into a bat, and quickly flies out the window.
She bangs her head on a glass.
Ignore that. Goodbye.
So we should really open the window sometimes for these people.
Yeah, I don't really know how they're gonna help us out, but maybe they'll made her go away. Walking path is.
Well, Dracula, she could be an ally despite the facetiousness, the fishness.
The fishness.
I say, guys, it's okay. I've already figured out her weakness. If she does end up betraying us, I can take her down without any problem at all. I promise you.
You have sunlight in your pocket?
They say what? I say no. What is one weakness that gamblers and vampires have the same of?
We have to poke her face.
Crippling addiction. Crippling addiction.
That's a good thought. But no, the answer is mirrors. Just get her to break a mirror and she'll implode. It's bad luck, and then there are more mirrors. She doesn't stand a chance, guys. I know this will work.
We will test that theory when the time comes.
I'm curious, but you know what? Let's get going.
Exactly. He has a degree.
I say I'm a doctor, damn it.
I mean, there's plenty of people who have degrees that shouldn't have degrees.
I have a degree.
Like I said, there's plenty of people who
Shows
have
his
degrees.
diploma. Shows his diploma.
Munez had some degrees, 3 of them on his face.
I was gonna say, yes, my degree was in soil, but I guarantee you I know how to kill this vampire.
Be a pot of soil.
Justice in the cult of the king. What a bunch of jokers.
So, do we want to go back and go up the stairs? Or do we want to go through the tunnel?
Let's check in the tunnel real quick, and then we can go back and check in on our friends.
Well, I think going through the tunnel is going to lead us to where the chef is.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, there's not
Which
much...
is fine. I mean, you know, we're eventually going to need to get there, and I don't know how well those guys are doing. They might already be dead.
Yeah, I think we should check.
Getting seldom short, except for Plowhinder. He's a little short.
We cut to their party. A twitch in his mustache happens. Did someone just say my name wrong? I will get them.
Let it go. Let it go.
Cut back to our party. So all right, y'all are gonna go back out and what you doing? What's the play?
We should go through the tunnel and see if those guys are dead or not.
Yeah, let's go
All
check
right.
on them.
Cool.
Let's go for it, dude.
So, y'all go through the tunnel. It is an ornate hallway decorated with some lanterns on each side. Very nice lanterns. They emanate a blue-purple sort of glow, blurple, if you will, that cascade over the marble-tiled hallway beneath you. And slowly it starts to kind of slope up, turning into this kind of staircase. You see more servants kind of passing by you, some going down, some going up with plates, presumably to bring to the dining hall. And yeah, you sort of progress forward. And this brings you, let me get the map thing open again. It brings you up to an upper level, opening up to a much larger sort of kind of lobby. Not really a lobby. It's more castle. But it is a much larger room than the one you were previously in. Why don't you all make a perception?
Woo! My favorite kind of roll.
Perceiving.
23? Okay.
Oh,
nat
20.
20.
20.
Hell yeah. Oh, there's some good rolls here. So okay.
Or scans the room.
Yes. I'll cover everyone below Cora first, because Cora is going to pick out an important detail. Not that the other details won't be important, but okay. So just kind of scanning the
Various.
scanning the room. you see, again, a lot more servants just kind of peppering the place, tending to the various sculptures. You see works of art, including busts of several of the Draculas, you presume. You do manage to see the
Dracula we met.
Yes. You see the Dracula you met. You see the cowboy Dracula. You see a few that you don't immediately recognize. And these are all just kind of strewn about. There's not like a line of them being like, here are your boss battles. The one that you just met, that one actually seems to have been kind of defaced. One of the skeletons is cleaning it, trying to get some like graffiti off of it.
Mm-hmm.
But Cora, you specifically notice that at the top of the staircase, is some. Hold on. Let me double check something here. You notice some people kind of whispering to each other. They look to be hags. There are two of them. One seems to be a sort of average height green one in brown clothing, and she's talking to kind of a fishy looking one, and they're just kind of whispering, but you are able to pick up what they are saying even from a great distance away, because of your super robot hearing. Sure. And they're kind of sorry, they're whispering. For some reason I cannot keep my composure here. In regards to super robot hearing, for some reason I find that deeply hilarious. But so okay, they're sort of whispering. They're like, what? Did you manage to tell the head Dracula about the dissenters, the party of ne'er-do-wells coming in? Yeah, I told him. I told him. I told Lord Infernus. Oh, I guess he would need to know, yes. What's our play here, sister? I was gonna wait in the wet place. Wait for him. I don't know. That's probably a good plan. I will go. I think I will lend my aid to one of the Draculas. Which do you think? Which do you think I should lend my aid to? I don't know. Maybe the Yes?
She had a stroke again.
Maybe the maybe the one in the bathtub, that one. She don't seem to have everything together. That's probably a good plan. I'll let her know that I'm coming.
I'm sorry, Doll.
Yeah?
I'm sorry. These sound like the fucking witches that discovered Tinder.
Oh. That's a good video. So they stop whispering to each other and they kind of separate. They're at the top of the staircase. There does seem to be a big ornate door decorated with stained glass kind of. It is a stained glass door, which seems impractical. But it is very ornate. It seems to depict similar scenes to the one that y'all actually saw on that tapestry back in the cultist's place of the god of all Draculas being fought. It's so that's there. You managed to pick out that detail as well as that whole conversation, Cora. Otherwise, you all enter this room, and some of the crew kind of turns to you, and unlike the cleaning staff from the lobby, their gazes don't appear to be quite as benevolent. And with that little cliffhanger there, I think I kind of want to end it off. We've been going for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time we will start off with some maybe combat. I don't know. We'll see how you handle this.
You convince the skeletons not to attack us.
You can try, I guess.
Skeleton, no. Just rest your weary bones on my pectorals.
Plugs. Hey, I'm Boosh / Connor / Jacqueline O'Hara, the half-elf team Pat Warlock.
With 1 level of sorcerer.
With 1 level of sorcerer. And let me tell you what a level in sorcerer it is.
Yep, that's great.
And did we cover that this episode, or was that last episode?
I don't
think it was last episode.
No, yeah, it was last episode. We did.
Okay. So, Jacqueline is definitely
Backling.
That's right.
She's backling the big issues.
Yep. You can find me on Twitter or Boosh, I Conjoined Artist. You can find me here on YouTube and join the fucking Discord, you dinguses.
Join the Discord. Come to say hello.
Say hi. Austin, plug your shit.
You can find me at OctoAus. I will be doing commissions. Just DM me, and you can find all my commission info at the start of the Twitter page. It's Tab.
I'm too tired.
That's fair.
Tom.
Hello, I am not yet tired because sleep is meaningless. Today I am going to...
what's our plug?
Yeah, you guys jumped to me a lot quicker than usual, so my plug has not been finalized. This looks good. I'm going to plug today the vintage Star Wars Millennium Falcon patent poster prints. It's a set of 1. It's 11 by 14 unframed photo wall art. It is $13.99. It looks pretty cool. You get the Millennium Falcon, and it looks like it was your patenting it. You can hang it up on your wall.
Yeah.
Gosh, oh dang. I sure do love me a Falcon that is based off a period of time, unit of time.
All right, fun times. Well, I am Dom, your gracious DM. You can find me on Twitter. I do art at It's Boomstorm, all one word. Got some doodles on the way, so expect those, I guess, depending on when you watch this. I also stream sometimes, also at It's Boomstorm on Twitch. And yeah, I have a few things that I want to maybe try doing on that Twitch there in the near future, so keep an eye out for that.
Didn't you all stream Helltaker a while ago?
I did stream Helltaker a little bit or a while ago, depending on when this goes up.
You see, that was a plug there, kids. That was a plug. You didn't see it, but
that was a plug. You could watch me play Helltaker for like 45 minutes and then get stumped and leave.
See, she's really bad at math or puzzles.
It's not a math thing, but it is puzzles. I'm bad.
Probably both.
You could see the gears turning, and they just weren't doing it. I was too focused on the cute demon girls, which, you know what, is fine.
That's what you're really here for.
It's what I'm really here for. I don't know. The puzzles are good too. It's a good game. But play Helltakers. Speaking of plugs, play Helltakers. It's free on Steam. Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna be streaming more there just because I kind of want to. I might, in fact, be doing a stream sometime this week. Well, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be this week for you. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Point is, I stream. Come watch me. Goodbye, everyone. This has been Mount Dracula. See you next time. All right. Are they gone?
No.
Damn.